you see me? Okay, I'm gonna change the light. We're gonna change the white balance to something a little more flattering. Is that better? What does this look like on stream? I have no idea. Okay, I look so skinny because the angle is so wide. Okay, give me a second. Wait, can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Press 1 if you can hear me fine. Okay, you don't need to see my face. There's nothing to see here. Okay, you can hear me fine, cool. Okay, I'm making space on the table. So this is our proofed bread. Okay, let's get our bannetons. So here's one of ours. And then there's, where's my second? Where is it? Oh, it's there. So these are the two different types. So normally when I make the larger ones, it looks better than the circular ones, but I'm just gonna try one of each. Okay. So can you see the table? Can you see the table fine? Camera's focusing on the steel bowl. Okay, it just needs to focus on the table here. Okay, well, I'm gonna move this slower, actually. This is kind of the important part to see anyways. Okay, so first, I'm gonna wet our hands. Okay, I'm gonna move now. Stop focusing on the bowl. Okay. So this way, it's the bowls, or it's less likely to stick on our fingers. This was not the most elegant of unspooling. Okay, and then typically I'm gonna wet this, and then I'm gonna use this to and so I saw this in a video. Where you take rice flour, which is this, and then you make a line of white powder down the middle, like so. And then this is enough to make 2 loaves of bread. So one, and this will be the second. And then we're gonna do something, we're gonna pre-shape this and just let them sit for a little bit. So this is not the actual shaping, this is just the pre-shaping, and then we're gonna let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna actually shape these. Yeah, they're kind of cute though. So yeah, these are quite moist. Alright, okay, it's too low. So I'm just gonna wait. We just have to wait. So we can just chill here for a little bit. I don't know why this keeps slipping. No highs, can you send me coffee from your local coffee shop? I mean, you can if you want. So, any questions about the sourdough bread making process? I mean, I'm not an expert. I've only made maybe like 10 or 14 loaves at this point, and I've only had like a couple of, I would say, the really successful ones. How old is your starter? It's about a year old. Actually, no, not a year, like 10 months. I started in December. What does raw bread taste like? I don't want to know. I feel like you get sick. Does it taste better than buying it? I feel like there are very few pleasures in life that beat freshly baked sourdough bread with a slab of butter, you know, and a fresh cup of coffee. You know, that sounds like heaven to me. Sourdough bread with clam chowder also tastes really good. Okay, why do you guys want to spank the dough? You guys are weird. I don't make my own butter, but it's on my list of things to do. Stop it. Don't objectify the dough, alright? Let it spread naturally. Alright, Macklin, that's just weird. Have you watched Chef on Netflix? Is that the one with... God, I don't remember the actor's name. God. John Favreau. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yes, he plays Happy, but he also directs a lot of stuff. They have a whole episode on tartine bread. And so one of these we're going to use sort of the tartine method, which is you sort of swaddle it like a baby, and then you stitch it together, and then you roll it up into like this giant ass burrito, and then you plop it into the thing. So one of those for the longer banneton is the method that we're going to use. The other one, I'm just going to just make it into a ball. Yeah, I want to try roasting my own beans. I just don't know where to get beans to roast. Okay, you guys are weird. Stop sexualizing the bread. It's just... Alright, has it been... How many minutes has it been since these bread or these dough have been sitting here? It's only been 2 minutes, okay. Yeah, so this is a pretty high hydration bread. I would recommend only doing like 60 to 65% water to flour ratio when you're first starting out. Mostly because like when you get to this step, it's really, really sticky. And it can be really hard to manage. Whereas like the lower hydration, it'll be a lot more malleable. Like you can handle it with your hands a lot more easily without it just sticking to your hands. Like this one's like you have to use rice flour to dust just one side so that it doesn't stick to your hand. And then you fold it using the non-stick side. High hydration dough is good for making Neapolitan. I have not tried making anything but sourdough. I will learn some bread magic at some point, but I don't know any off the top of my head. Where did you get the apron? Why do people... This is just like a normal apron. It's just like a normal canvas apron with leather straps. Hey, what's up, Jinmin? Alright, let me know when it's been close to 10 minutes. Do you get OCD from touching the dough? Not really. I would say not so much. Okay, I'm gonna walk through the steps while I still can remember this. First, you flour just the top of this, so this whole side is non-stick, and then you flip the whole thing around so that the floured side is on the bottom, and then you wrap all the sides in, like from the top, then the sides, and then the bottom, and then you alternate like this as tightly as you can, and then you roll the whole thing up like a burrito, and then it creates this like a mini anus shape, like on the ends, and then you plop it into the banneton. And that's for this one here. And then for the circular one, you only do, I believe, just the 4 sides, and then you flip the whole thing around, and then you use the scraper to tuck it in and try to pull it as tight as you can. Okay, you'll see what I mean when I do it, okay? Alright, it's not sexualizing it. It's like a bodily orifice. There's no sexual connotation there. Is sourdough really sour? I don't know. I don't consider it to be sour. It just has that fermented taste. It's a very complex flavor. It's sort of tangy, a little bit acidic. Is bread good for the gut biome? I'm sure sourdough is. Is sourdough my favorite bread? It's the only bread I know how to make. Pretty much I was really depressed and I wanted something that was really process heavy, so like I'd have something to do for like 2 days. And what I would do is I would just spend like 6 hours in the kitchen making, or just like listening to podcasts and prepping my dough, and then I would spend 3 hours the next day just baking. So it's nice. There's like a tangible product to the hours that you put in. Unlike some things like playing League of Legends, you play for 6 hours and yeah, you get some LP. You can't eat it. Podcast recommendations. The ones I'm really digging right now are Radiolab, 99% Invisible, No Stupid Questions, Crime Junkies, Supernatural, Armchair Experts. I think those are the main ones. I'm sitting on a chair. This is my kitchen island that I built as well. Are you gonna dye my hair? I think I'm over my dyeing hair phase. I'm just gonna roll with all natural until my hair starts graying. Then maybe I'll dye it. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind in a year. So we'll see. Have you been to Montreal? I have not. I am moving in like a week. Yes. Wait, can you guys not hear me? Press 1 if I'm too soft. Oh, I'm too soft? You sound good? Okay. I will tell you who I'm moving in with if they're okay with it, but I have not asked, so I have decided to respect their privacy for the time being. Yeah. How do you feel about your old League account? Well, I didn't play it. I didn't stream for a year, so I got removed from the LPP. And I didn't want people judging my gameplay when I wasn't streaming, so I just stopped using it. What OSTs do you like? I've been really digging the Hollow Knight OST and the Outer Wilds OST. I guess those are the ones I've been listening to in my free time. Yeah, I've been enjoying this current preseason. I've been playing a lot of Yorick because I've been reading a lot of solo leveling, and it's been fun. Divine Sundred is really good on Yorick. Okay, has it been like 10 minutes? I feel like it's close enough. It's pretty spoofed out. Alright, so here we go. First, I'm going to flour the banneton. I'm going to pre-flour this. And then I'm going to flour this. Some Salt Bay action. Okay, so what we do is we grab this end and we pull it towards ourselves. And we grab this side and we fold it on this side. We grab this end and we fold it over the top here. Then we grab the bottom end and we fold it up. And now what we do is we take this and we're just going to try and create as much tension as possible to get this to pull in on itself. And then we're gonna roll this up like so. Let's get a little more flour. See, there's the little anus. And then we place it into the banneton like so. Like that. I'm just gonna cover it. And then I'm gonna place this in the fridge. Alright, that's the first one. Okay, let's do the second one. This one we're just going to make it into a boule, as we say. Okay, we're going to pre-flour this so it doesn't stick to the inside here. Nice and sploofed. Okay, now we're going to flip it over. Okay, now we're going to gently stretch this down towards the bottom. We'll take the side, stretch that this, and then we take this side, stretch that here. And we're going to take this bottom end. Okay. Flip the whole thing around, and now we're going to create a nice rounded boule. Why it's sticking to my hand. So we basically will roll into a ball and then use our pinkies to pull it in towards us to kind of build up pressure so this is as taut as possible. But not too tight, because otherwise this might, explode. Cool. This looks pretty good. I'm just gonna put a little flour just make sure this doesn't stick. And then we'll take this one, place it into this bowl, like so. And I'm gonna cover this one up as well. Okay. I don't know where my other I'm just going to cut another length of this. All this is I need to get scissors. Actually, I'm just going to cover it with a towel. Yeah, I want you guys to get a good look at this. But this is the bottom. You can see it's it's nice and jiggly. And so I need to find a way to cover this. There you go. Okay. I feel like I'm doing a magic trick, but I'm not. I'm literally just cutting this so I can cover it so it doesn't dehydrate as much when I'm putting it in the fridge. And so what's going to happen is overnight this is going to rise, but because of the colder temperature it's going to rise more slowly, allowing the yeast to do its job. And the fermentation will happen in the next 12 hours. Okay, and I typically clean up as I go, so I want to clean this up right now. Future me will thank me for this. When I am sleep deprived, I will not be in the right mindset to clean. The bread is not done, but it will be in the next 14 hours. I mean, I technically don't have to wait the full 12 hours or 14 hours. Okay. I'm going to go wash these real quick. Where's the detergent? Alright, this is kind of weird. Otherwise it's just like sticking to the side. Or I need the dough. Just cleaned it when I dumped it out. Alright, all good. This one's kind of gross. This is the levain from earlier. This is not coming off. I need to use something more abrasive. So this is a chainmail sponge. I normally use it for my cast iron, but this is like not coming off.